during the Iraq War, I saw firsthand what happens when our nation is engaged in endless wars. When I deployed in 2005, I was part of an all-male combat unit. This was, by the way, 8 years before Congress voted to allow women into combat roles. But they simply didn't have anyone else with my training to fill the role. When I was in Iraq, our military was stretched thin, with 2 major land conflicts going on at the same time. We didn't have the right equipment. We had to borrow what we used from the Mississippi National Guard. And we weren't there to fight to protect democratic ideals. We weren't there to keep our homeland safe. We were there to enrich the military-industrial complex and keep oil flowing. My son was an infant when we went to war with Afghanistan. He was 3 when I deployed to Iraq. Now my son is 18. And as we stare down the barrel of another impending conflict, he could be the one going to war. Yet the story remains the same. Our nation's endless wars are about one thing and one thing only: making the rich richer while the poor get poorer. While we waste trillions of dollars in human life on ill-conceived wars, our quality of life in the United States is drastically declining. Politicians on both sides of the aisle play lip service to the issues, but continue to pump out legislation to make our problems worse, not ease them. Think about these numbers for a second. 8% of the annual defense spending could cut childhood poverty in half. Just 8%. 10% of the annual defense spending could provide tuition-free public college for everyone. Just 10%. 28% of our annual defense spending could overhaul our power grid to 100% renewables over 10 years. Yeah. And then we wouldn't have to fight wars over oil. Amen. Yet we keep going to war, not for noble purposes, but to feed the military-industrial complex to make a small group of people rich. We manufacture demand for war not to achieve lofty idealistic aims, but to protect our access to fossil fuel. Right. We need leaders who will commit to dismantling the military-industrial complex. Yeah. And we need leaders who will take care of the people who put their lives on the line to serve.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
And the best thing we can do for veterans and military service members and their families is to stop using them as tools for industries that profit on destruction. We need a political revolution today.
Yes. Yesterday.
Yesterday, today, tomorrow.